Hey everyone, Ava here, and today we're going to be looking at Mattel's Masterverse, Masters of the Universe Revelation, Savage He-Man, and this one includes Orko. Although I kind of wish it wouldn't just treat him like an accessory, since he is a character. It should be Savage He-Man and Orko. Oh well, 30 points of articulation, and Netflix original series. You can see he has a couple weapons in here, a spear, sword, axe, extra set of hands, and then Orko, who doesn't come with anything. Just get a picture of the two here. Surprising too, the way this looks. It doesn't look like the same kind of style that they used in the show. Thought that's kind of strange that they wouldn't just use what they already had. And then we got the back here. So we see there's a couple other figures and some writing. So let's see what it says. Savage He-Man, the most powerful primate in the universe. For years, it was assumed that Prince Adam could only call upon the power of Grayskull using the Sword of Power. But what happens if he did not raise aloft his magic sword and still said, by the power of Grayskull? The answer? Savage He-Man. A combination of primal rage and all the power in the universe. He-Man tears through Eternia in an uncontrolled rampage, leaving his friends hoping that Adam is still in there somewhere. Alright, so for the good guys, we have Savage He-Man, Fisto, and Andra. And for the villains, we have Triclops, Faker, Scareglow, and Stinkor. Now, I'm probably not going to get every figure for the Masterverse line. I do want to get Andra. I want to get Triclops. I already have the Scareglow from the Mattel's, whatever, can't remember what it is now, their website for their special creation things. Mattel Creations, that's it. Yeah, I'd come up with it. At least I think that's what it was called. So this is just a normal one. I don't think this has like the glowing effects, or maybe it does. But it's not the one that comes in a cool box. It'll just be in a package like this. And then Stinkor. I do want Stinkor. So we run over everything with the box. Why don't we open it up and take a closer look? Alright, so here they are out of the package. And I have to say, I'm more interested in Orko than I am Savage He-Man. That's actually why I bought this. But I guess let's talk about details, and let's go over Savage He-Man first. So the only thing he's wearing is just a loincloth. Yeah, it looks like he did have a shirt on. Looks like the remnants of it, all tattered and hanging down. But boy, this guy is muscly. And that's pretty much it for details with He-Man. So let's talk about Orko's details. So he's got this cool little thing on the top of his hat here, a little charm or something. The ears, not a big fan of the way they painted it, because the ears are actually one piece with the hat, which I guess they had to paint it like that, but it just looks so, I don't know, like it's a part of the hat and not part of him. But I like the eyes. Those look good. And I like this scarf he's wearing, especially this little like bend or waviness in there. Now he's got no real body or anything, but he does come with this cool stand, and it has, it's all see-through and everything. It has two areas that can move. Here where it connects to him, and down here, so he can go like this. It can also turn, and then down here, same thing, and it'll turn. So let's talk about accessories now. Now, Orko unfortunately did not come with anything. I think that was a mistake. They really should have given him some kind of an accessory. I don't know what, but something. But Savage He-Man came with a few. Let's, first it's his hands. So he came with two of them. And these ones are not fists, but hands that can hold his weapons. Alright, so let's check out the hands. Let's see how easy this is going to be. Alright, a little bit of force, but it did come off. Take his other hand. Push! Push, I say! Alright. And that's in there. Really snug. Alright, so for an accessory, he comes with a spear here. Pretty tall. It's as tall as he is. So let's see. We can just put this in his hand, just slide that through. Easier than trying to pry the fingers apart. And yeah, that is really snug in there. That's not gonna come out or anything. Alright, so next up, Battle Axe. Now, it has a hilt down here, so it's not going to be able to slide through. You are going to have to part the fingers to get it in there. Just gonna get a hold of it. I always hate doing this. There we go. And again, it's nice and snug. It's not going to come out. And the last one would be the Power Sword, which is odd, but we'll get to that in a minute. Now, it does have a little hilt down there, but that hilt is not as wide. It's just like a millimeter or two thinner than the Battle Axe. So this one, we can just slide right in. There we go. And again, it's not going to come out. Alright, now, the problem I have about these weapons, I don't remember him using any of them on the show. I mean, he might have used the spear, maybe. To be honest, with the second part of the show, the second half, I saw some of the first episode of it, and then I don't know what happened, if I fell asleep, or if I had to go do errands. But all I remember was, next time I remember seeing him, he was following Tila, and they came across his father, so he could revert back to Adam. So I don't know if he did use weapons within that time, but of all of them, why Power Sword? Because at the time of him being Savage He-Man, Skeletor has the sword. Alright, so next up, articulation. So we'll go with He-Man first again. Now, his head doesn't really have much. I mean, you can go all the way around, but it's hard to do because his hair goes over the back and over the front. This is as far to the sides as it goes. And he can't go up or down. His neck is part of the body mold, and it's slanted that way for some reason. So it makes it so he's always constantly looking down, actually. But then we go down to the arms, go up, and rotate around. We got the bicep, that'll twist, double jointed elbows. There we go, kind of hard to move, but there we are. And then the hands, those will spin around, and they got the little flip-flap pivot. Alright, so next, we have right below the chest and above the waist. There's really no point in them having that made. I mean, it could have just been one solid piece of plastic down to the waist, because really, you can't turn it side to side. That is weird. It can go to about here, but then it snaps right back. And it's not for punching action, because you only get like a centimeter turn on there. And you can't bend it down or bend it back. Like, this is it. He really kind of did a bad job with making this one. But, oh well. Then we got the actual waist. And that does turn around. But that's it. It can't do anything else. So you can't have him bend back or bend forward. Unless you use the legs. And then he's going to tip over or something. But speaking of the legs, he can go out. And if he goes forward, even with the loincloth, it's not bad. Could be worse. Back, And then you got right here, those will twist. You got double jointed knees. Nice. And then, right at the calves, that's another spot that can twist. And then we got the feet. They got the up and down pivot. Kind of hard to move. Come on, you. Go back. There. And then it can swivel. Alright, so that's everything for He-Man. How about Orko? Well, we already went over the two. That's part of the stand. Really not him, but he is attached to it. I guess you could pull it off. Yeah, you can pull it off. And he's kind of just lopsided. Alright, so what can Orko move? Well, he's got his head, which I have to say, really good on this one. He can go all the way around. He can look up, and look at that. He can look, like, almost straight up. That's great. A lot more than He-Man can. Looking down, he can also look down pretty far. There you go, put it in normal position. Now, the arms can only... I mean, you can move them up, but the scarf kind of limits how far up they can go. They could go up more than this if the scarf wasn't there. And they could rotate all the way around too, but like I said, the scarf makes it really difficult. One thing I wish they would have done was maybe elbows. But then again, his arms are so thin that that might be a little difficult to do. I'm sure they could, but then they'd be more prone to, break. I mean, there's nothing else. He has no body, no legs. That's it for Orko. I really think they didn't do... I mean, it looks amazing, but they didn't do enough for him. No accessories, elbows don't move. The ears should have been, I don't know, separate pieces that they attached to it. But I love that face. All black, and with the yellow eyes, and then the orange irises. That's beautiful. Alright, well that's just been my review of Mattel's Masterverse line of Masters of the Universe Revelation. And if you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them down below. And hey, you all have yourselves a good one, and I will see you later.